All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Ben with Ironclad Restoration Marketing, and I'm joined by a very special friend and client of ours, Kevin from Daleen Restoration. And Kevin, thanks for coming on today. I wanted you to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm, again, Kevin Daleen with Daleen Restoration. We're based in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and we service our area, and we get down into Illinois a little bit, and been working with Ironclad for about a year now.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and we are excited to have you on. It's nice to have clients that really have everything together as far as their infrastructure and their systems. Can you tell me a little bit about how you even got involved with Ironclad in the first place?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't exactly remember how I found you. I think it was maybe the podcast.
Okay.
I think that's actually how it happened. I followed your podcast, listened to it for quite a while, and really decided, yeah, this guy knows his stuff. The things were clicking with me, and I decided to then enter into the discussion, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's great. Listen, I'm glad that you're a listener of the podcast. It's very exciting. And usually I think I'm just talking to myself on the restoration rundown. So it's good to hear I've had somebody at least listen to it. So, about your business, you mentioned you're listening to the podcast, you kind of started looking around for marketing agencies. What was going on with your business that even made you decide to kind of take that jump and look for some internet marketing help?
Yeah, I think, I didn't start in the industry. I was not like, a lot of people started carpet cleaning or as a technician and then started the business. I saw a need in my market for a restoration provider and just jumped in full entrepreneur style. And so I hadn't really ever worked with somebody who knew how to market a restoration company. They were always just general marketing companies. And I'd spent, tens of thousands of dollars on marketing. And I was like, I look back and I'm like, okay, I haven't gained any traction. I'm not getting any lead volume, anything like that. And so I started researching myself, which is eventually, I think, how I found your podcast, and wanted to work with somebody who knew the industry, knew what our consumers look like, knew what our inside of our business needs to be. And that's how I found you guys and decided to start, going down that route.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad you found us, and I'm glad we've been able to work together for, gosh, it's a year. It seems like it's only been a few months, but time has been flying the last few years. So, you mentioned beforehand, you kind of were struggling working with generalist agencies, just weren't really getting the results that you thought you should. And in the entrepreneurial spirit, you figured, I'm going to try to figure out how to do this myself. And I love that, because that's kind of how I do things. Right. So I've been to learn. So before us, revenue wise, how are things looking since, we got a year under our belts? You're very good at tracking data. We are too. I know you're on a lot of marketing calls with Yaz, our account manager for you. So how are things looking now versus how they were?
Things are going a lot better. I think the most important metric for me is how much our rankings have improved. So I had multiple different website renditions and multiple different SEO providers, and I would never really make any traction. It would just be kind of like, okay, where's my $1,000, $2,000 a month going? It's just being burnt, right? And so when I look at the analytics now, we can see I'm gaining traction. I'm getting more organic calls, because I think anybody can kind of light the world on fire with enough Google ad budget, right? But if we can keep some organic calls coming in, that's what's most important to me. And I've seen a significant increase on organic traction, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's really, really good to hear. And we talk a lot about that, and you mentioned it, the pay-per-clicks, like going to the grocery store for leads, and your organic search is like the garden you have to grow. So you got to make sure you're maintaining it and doing the right things to make sure that you're getting those perpetual pipeline of leads. So is there anything specific that you wanted to talk about, what the team implemented for you that might have, made things click in your head and helped you realize that you're on the right track?
Sorry about that. I think the biggest eye opener that I hadn't seen from other providers was how you guys manage the Google My Business profile. I thought I was doing a good job, and then you see what you guys do when you're using frequent posts, frequent updates. There's words embedded in the photo, so it's helping populate on search. I think that's an awesome idea, and I had never experienced that with anybody else. And then I know I mentioned most of the benefit comes from the organic stuff you guys are doing. You guys do help me out with my local service ads as well. And I could not get that to work. And I'm like, it's not that complicated of an interface. What am I doing wrong? You guys help me just do a couple little tweaks, and I am now starting to see a lot of lead flow coming through that. And it was awesome, because I'm like, I'm giving you the money, spend it, Google, right? And they weren't. Right. And now working with you guys, I've finally been able to get that budget to actually go somewhere.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. So So really overall with your business, what kind of the result of implementing, having this increase in organic search and having your LSA finally pop and you're actually using some of the budget, how has it impacted your business and looking forward to the future?
I think the biggest thing is, like you said, growing the garden, that I don't have to worry about some algorithm change or something like that. This is like the garden that we're always going to feed, right? And we're going to keep it growing and keep nurturing that, so that maybe one day we're not having to be so reliant on just getting all these organic leads and people are just coming to us naturally. And I think that's the biggest thing, is we're building something that's going to last when we're doing these type of efforts. And I like that.
Yeah, it's all about sustainability, right? And the only way to be sustainable and grow is to have these systems in place and have this visibility that you need here. So I'm really glad to hear that my team's been able to help you out with that. So that being said, listen, I know it's flood season and I know you're really busy, so I don't want to keep you here all day long. I'd love to talk about all the great things we're doing with you here and there. But what would you say if you were talking to somebody and they were considering maybe working with us? Is there anything you'd like to you would share with them to maybe push them in that direction?
Yeah, for sure. So I think most restoration guys, I have been through so many different restoration companies and spent my fair share of money on it. You guys are the real deal. I could tell right from the beginning, just the way the onboarding went, and you guys pointed out, valuable things right from the get-go. I think it's hard to kind of convey that over, online, but I would say give it a shot. You're already spending money with other companies. Give these guys a shot. They're the real deal, and they can really help change your business for the better and for the future.
Well, I appreciate that sentiment, Kevin, and I know you're really busy, so I want to cut this off now. Is there anything else you'd like to share about the team? Anybody else before we let you get back there?
Yasmin, she's my account manager. She's awesome. She answers things right on the spot. She's helped me out with some changes that I don't necessarily know were in our scope, but she helped just put them together right away, and it's been a pleasure to work with her and you and the whole team.
Awesome. Kevin, thank you so much for your time today. You got to get out there and start saving some people in your area.
That's the
We're
plan.
going to jump off. Daleen Restoration, check them out. It's DaleenRestoration.com, right?
Yep.
If you are listening to this and you're in need of a good partner or you need somebody out in that area, please give Kevin and the team a call at Daleen. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you.
Thank you.